We discussed the Oak Island, the mystery of it, and we had a deep discussion about how do people still look for treasures today in buying lottery tickets, sports betting, a lot of other stuff, which was very sad, but a sad reality that billions of dollars are spent hunting these virtual treasures, trying to become millionaires or even billionaires. Now, we have asked our very intelligent students, let us know why are humans always digging these treasures in your opinion? What is the thought process behind it? We're gonna start with Abdullah. Here we go.
Uh, why do people want? Why do you think people want to believe buried treasure? Buried treasure. When I say that, you probably think of treasure underground that is from the old times. Well, I'm saying that this happens right now today, and you don't know it. I can't blame you, as you've never thought to look at it this way, due to the lack of true knowledge on this particular subject. I'm talking Bet365, lotteries, cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, poker, and countless others. All of this comes down to one key point: gambling. The exact dictionary meaning is the act of risking money or something of value on an event with an uncertain outcome with the primary intention of winning additional money or material goods. What this means is you put money on something that is not sure to happen and hope it happens for more money. Even then, on an average, 90 to 95% of gamblers end up losing their money anyway. So as perfect as this seems to the young folks who watch one ad, download the app, and start betting, it really isn't. But still, as I say this, 60 to 70 people are gambling in one of the methods every second. I know now I'm just pointing out facts and we're not really getting anywhere, but now let's talk about why. Why do people gamble? Well, the easy answer is money, and you're right. People do need money to live in our everyday lives. So why not get a job? Well, jobs have run out. Start a business? Too tiring. And I'm talking about North America only. If people don't want to do anything but still make money, then why would they not turn to gambling? The advertisements for gambling look so perfect, showing people getting rich, and as we've discussed before, people believe anything we see. The ad, the the ads don't show you the other part of this, the millions of lives ruined on a daily basis. We can keep going with the blaming game, like in government's fault for two less jobs opportunities, but theoretically, if this is all true, it won't change anything. What matters is there are millions of people's lives being ruined.
Okay, virtual treasure hunting, gambling. And next we have Haris Riaz, aka The Rock. Let's see what he has to say.
The reason people, including us, like to believe in these buried treasures is pretty obvious. Why do you think that McGinnis wanted to keep digging? One word: hope. McGinnis wasn't 100% sure that McGinnis wasn't 100% sure that the treasure was even real. But at one point, he probably even doubted it. But hope is the thing that is keeping him motivated. Hope is the thing that's keeping him motivated. Let me put this into easier words for you. If I told you if you can beat Ronaldo in a penalty shootout and you win $1 million, $1 million, $1 million, but both me and you both know that's not happening, you would have the slight hope, the slim chance that you can just maybe win. You may be thinking that hope is good. Well, not necessarily. Hope can also cause you to do or hope on bad things. Like if a person you don't like has somehow ticked you off even more to the point you might hope for something bad to happen to them. But what sparks that hope, you ask? In my opinion, it's the desire. When I made the example of the penalty shootout, if there was no money involved, chances are you would not have taken you would have declined the offer, whether it's money, respect, or even a title. Desires are different for everybody. So to end this off, hope is the reason we believe in these buried treasures, and the thing that sparks that hope is the desire.
Okay, you probably will find hopelessness in that, purposeless pursuit. But let's hear what Ibrahim has to say. Why are people doing this, Ibrahim? What's going on?
So,
Why do people believe in things like old legends and tales of like buried treasure? Some people might say that it's the thrill of the exploration and the anticipation of the treasure being true, or simply because the treasure is cool. But what is really the case? Are these things true, or are these things just a cover up to sell something darker? Human greed. So if we look at it this way, would you be willing to do a job that pays very less, needs very hard work, and there's been multiple casualties recorded on the job site? Obviously, anyone in their right mind would decline that outrageous offer. But now imagine this: that job now pays higher than the highest paying job on earth. Wouldn't everyone want to get that job now? That is exactly how it works with treasure hunting. But along with like risking your life now, you're also wasting it. You're also wasting all of your time. If we spend all our life chasing after treasures that might or might not even exist, if we spend all our life chasing after treasures that might or might not even exist, so this is definitely wasting all of your life. Now you'd think, how is this human greed? The average person does not hunt for treasure. Well, do you know what the average man does do? I mean, not Muslims, like the average American man. They buy lottery tickets, like every week maybe. Some people.
Daily, some people.
Yeah. They buy lottery tickets in the hope that they will hit the jackpot. Isn't that kind of like believing in the chances of an old legend being true? All of this is an evidence to how greedy humans are. So how can we fix this? Well, humans will always want to have more money. The only way to fix it is to have have a motive that's higher than the money. And that's what Islam gives us. That's it.
Okay. Could have gone a little bit more detail there in what happens once you have them. What about well done, Ibrahim? Next we have Mr. Mahad. If you're ready, please start.
Why do people want to believe in these treasures? What do they mean to you? You could be thinking about diamonds from Minecraft or finding a mythical gun in Fortnite. Everyone can have their own meanings of treasures, but some people enjoy other treasures than others. For example, Oak Island. That treasure, people would go risk their lives for a quote unquote treasure that probably doesn't exist, but if you were to relate to these days, if you relate to today, you could look at the most valuable treasure of today, Bet365. Bet365 is every gambler's / treasure hunter's dream. From basketball to hockey, you can bet on who you think can get the most goals, which on paper sounds good, but think of it like this. Imagine you're at Oak Island and you have a couple of friends with you, and you have to guess who can find the treasure first. If you guess correctly, you can keep the treasure all for yourself. But if you guess incorrectly, then you won't get anything. This is basically how Bet365 works, and how it shatters every adult's life. Now, all of this begs the question, why do people believe in these treasures? Well, if we go back to Bet365, you can see that in the sports leagues such as the NFL and the NHL are partnering up with most betting apps.
That's the problem, yeah.
Like Bet365. So that's already one reason down. The genius yet utterly despicable branding of these websites. Now the second reason, the stories. On Bet365 in their commercials, you never see anybody lose. Basically giving other people to start the idea of betting, since they think it's all risk and they think it's all reward and no risk. So in terms of Oak Island, all the stories are left on cliffhangers. So you never know what happens. So they think it's low risk, high reward, and they can get away safely without any consequences. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, get away safely with no consequences, but there's always consequences, right? Pretty good going so far. I would like to add some more details as a sequel of what we have written, but inshallah work on it after. Next we have is Hazim Kareem. There we go. Kareem. Yes, read Hazim.
Okay. Why do you think people want to believe in stories of hidden treasure? Because because humans are greedy. Once they hear about the story of treasure, excitement immediately starts, and they start to feel that they want that treasure, and they want to be rich out of it, without even making sure that it's even real. Also, as the Quran said, he is fierce in his love of wealth. So this means that he would do anything to get richer. And as you see around us, people start to steal, cheat, and almost do anything to get rich. People would also like to impress others that they got rich just digging a hole and finding rare and or a lot of treasure. Plus, they might think that they will get richer because they might record themselves on YouTube about their story of finding the treasure and get lots of views and subscribers of that story. They also want to believe in stories of buried treasure because if they find it, they would have a better life, a better house, and a better car, so that they would be famous around the world for finding some treasure dug by old pirates. My video game also answers that question. It has some coins you need to collect, and after you collect them, you get a higher score. Same thing with life. You make money out of buried treasures, out of dug out treasures, get famous and recorded in history.
Well done, Hazim, right? We also want to prove to other people, look at me how smart I am. I figured out the treasure. So one thing is wanting to become rich. Also, the second is trying to prove to other people that, look at me, I am the genius who figured this out. Next, we have Arham. Please start.
People have dreams, but some of them don't come
Sorry,
true.
start again.
People have dreams, but some of them don't come true. And what I mean by that is, why do people believe in buried treasures and dream of having it? Well, first starts off with the brain. The brain controls everything in your body. Well, there is this bug in you that overrides your way of thinking. It's basically a glitch that is meant to be there. And it's called greed. You and I both know what it is, and now you're connecting the dots. It's like an evil inside you. Now you may be wondering, how do I get rid of it? You can't just make dua and go on with your life. You have to fight it, overpower it. And how do you do that? Same thing, you solve every problem. You take it step by step, you never rush it. If you take it as a burden, you'll be chasing your tail forever. It's just a non-lethal problem unless you don't think it through.
Okay, it's a glitch in our system that is meant to be there to test us. How do we fight it is the question. Yeah. Okay, next we have Abdul Muqeet. Abdul Muqeet, please start.
Why do people believe in buried treasures? I think people believe in buried treasures because they want money, fame, and more. But they forget why they're finding something which nobody found. But now you're probably saying, what happens if I'm going to be the lucky one? You could be a lucky one, but what's the chance? But there's a very less chance. And why are you going to spend your time and money on? But what happens if you do spend your time, but you find nothing? Like the one time there was a guy who tried finding an ancient coins. He spent 3.5 years for the searching, but the result was obvious. He never found anything, so he basically wasted 3.5 years from his life. So in my opinion, we should not spend our time and money on something which you're not sure of.
Okay, so I think this is part one. We've scratched the surface of the first part of the problem. We'll write more about it in part two. Abdullah is like, what? I think I was done. Yusuf, are you ready? Well, ready or not, here I come.
Okay.
Start.
Why does it happen?
Louder.
The first reason this happens is for the first reason people want to find treasure is because people want to have even a slight chance of getting a big reward. People just want to get that huge money because they think money will make them a better person and that they will have a happy life. However, you barely see the richest people in the world much happier than people like some of them. Like some of us are also great. Like us. Some of these rich people are also greedy and want more than they wanted before. If you think about expensive luxury, you're only gonna compare to the people with it and probably want to take a risk for a bigger reward. If you think about people who have less than you and realizing what you have, you'll probably be happier you will probably be happier rather than if you were rich and want lots of this life's crazy luxuries. People know the chance is low, but they just want more money. People waste so much money on something that is one in millions of a chance. They then realized two big important things. One, even if you spend thousands of dollars on tickets, your chances can barely even be one in a couple thousands. Then they realized that the money they spent on the tickets could have been used on something better or something they needed more. Crazy decisions you make in your life that is not benefit. Crazy decisions you make in your life that are not beneficial unless that one small chance is mostly cause regret later on. Second, that money they spent will be judged by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on every penny you spent. Could be the difference between Jannah and Jahannam. Even if they won the lottery, when you are about to die, it won't save you from death like a totem in Minecraft. That money will just be useless for you. Risk can cost you a lot, whether it's a reward or not, in different ways. However, if there was no chance of reward in that risk, nobody would do it. Solutions. First one is, like I said, to think about the people who have less than you. Then you will realize that you don't need that reward or money. People in places like Palestine still thank Allah even if their suffering is more than we imagine. That's
Okay, they think that they're going to be happy once they hit the jackpots. Maybe the real problem starts after you get the treasure. The real issue is not wanting to find it. After you find it, what happens is the bigger problem. A soccer superstar, a captain, a fearless leader, Ahmed Irfan. Ahmed, loud, please, loud.
This is a big problem in humanity right now, especially with modern betting like FanDuel Casino and Bet365. Why do people bet thinking they'll get rich? It is because humans are impatient and think they can skip the wait. They think it would be easy to spend a few days to find some buried treasure, but what they don't know is that those few days will turn into weeks, months, and even years. But they won't stop believing in the treasure. When they will start to be desperate, losing more money than what the treasure has, they would think, why stop now? There would be fake clues, maybe real clues, influencing them to try harder. They would fall deeper and deeper down the hole. Just like modern betting today, you win something out of betting, maybe make like a few dollars profit, they would want more. Even if someone makes like $1 million, if there is a chance to get 2 million or nothing, they will go for it. The solution would be to make everyone realize it's a big waste of time. We gotta tell people the facts, what the odds are, and how you lose even way more money than you earn.
Okay, our impatience is the problem, but I think the solution that we're providing a little too simplistic. Tell everybody that to be good boys, and then the world's gonna change. That's the part we have to work on, right? We're touching on the problem, and then we're saying we're gonna tell everybody, please be good boys, and we're always gonna say, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I will stop doing it from now on. Omer, go for it, buddy.
People want to believe in buried treasure out of one's own selfish greed and nafs, which is why people want more. And the easiest way to describe this is Bet365, which why potential is lost. Millions of young men lose their curiosity because they're repeating the same thing over and over and over again, and which in turn leads to over and over, and people like getting rich quickly, as well as flexing their wealth on other people. Well, and the solution to this is Islam.
Okay, the solution to this is Islam. Our impatience, wanting to get rich quickly, flexing our wealth. The solution to that is Islam. How is the solution? We're going to talk about it, inshallah, in the second part of this one. Ayan, Hamdan, and Akram still left. Anybody else left still? Okay, so Hamdan, go. Just 1 second. Salah at 3:15, right? No. 10 is Salah. Okay, start.
The reason people would want to believe in stories about buried treasures is because it might be interesting for them. It's also being speculated that more than just money might be buried on Oak Island. Another reason people
More than what? Amna, please repeat.
So it's also being speculated that more than just money might be buried on Oak Island. Another reason people would believe in stories about buried treasure is because They would probably read books about buried treasure or watch TV shows about it. And they might try to find treasure themselves, but how silly are those people that believe in it? If they want money, get a job. If you want a job, try to find one. You should find a job that pays you good amount of money if you believe in stories of buried treasure. And if you start going after the treasure, then you are lost because you won't neither receive anything nor will you find anything.
Okay, social media and all the other conventional media around us is constantly making us believe that if you can find these treasures, you'll be rich. If you actually want to make a good living, you gotta work hard for it. Ayan and Akram will do tomorrow because our time is up. We have to run for Salah. Thank you very much, boys. Jazakallah.